Hey, I'm Mr. G. I won the Reflective Award for Teachers last month, and I'm a math teacher here at Sutton Middle School. Reflective to me means kind of being self-aware, kind of taking inventory about where you are and looking at where you want to get, and um, trying to map out that path from where you are to where you're trying to get. And there's no way to map out that path if you're not kind of being reflective on the work that you're doing and the results that you're getting, so you can kind of tweak that work to get the results to be where you want them to be. I was so happy. I was really excited. Thank you, Miss O'Connor. She is the math teacher at the sixth grade campus. She knows how hard I work, how hard we all work, but she thought that it was appropriate to nominate me, so I was very excited to receive the nomination.
Cool.
Well, the math department is spearheading, well, the math and ELA departments are spearheading the Personalized Learning Fridays. And reflection is a huge piece of personalized learning. It's having our students take a look at, again, the results that we have from the effort that we put forth. What caused us to get these results? Did we study enough? Did we take good notes in class? Did we practice? Did we ask enough questions? And once we kind of figure out where we are with that, we see our results. So is there any way that we could improve this process, right, before we get to the test or before we get to an assessment, to improve the outcome or to get an outcome that is more aligned with what we're looking for? So I think it's very important to reflect if you want to keep progressing toward your goals. I give my students a chance to reflect almost daily. We're talking, we're journaling. I'm asking all the time, did this work for us? How do we feel about this? So I'm constantly asking those questions, trying to get that feedback because, I want to reflect on my teaching practices, right? And making sure that I am being the best teacher that I can be, and making sure that I'm giving my kids access to the resources that they need and giving them the support that they need. And on the other hand, I want my students to realize that they're in control of their education. So I want them to be reflecting on their practices. I want them to be telling me what works for them. I want them to be telling me and sharing with other students all kinds of ways that they can, reach their goals. I see my students constantly just trying to better themselves. This is an accelerated math class, so it gets pretty competitive in here. And I think the ways for students to have edges up on the competition is to continually retool and reflect and figure out that, this worked for me for this unit, so I'm going to try for this unit, or this worked for such and such for this unit, and I'm going to try that because I want to do better than him, or I want to, you know what I mean? Like those types of opportunities my kids have on a daily basis to kind of, reflect and just do better than they did yesterday. Me and the IB program go way back. I actually graduated from an IB program with some IB credit. So I think that the IB program definitely, it kind of opens up your mind to a type of qualitative processing. And when I say that, I mean like in math, it can be this is the right answer, this is the wrong answer. But there's context to everything. And I think that the tools that IB has really given me are the tools that help me to kind of take inventory of all the information that I have around me and kind of use that to make sense of anything that's going on. So I think it definitely helps with just how I make decisions. It helps me be empathetic and caring and understanding that we all have different backgrounds, we all have different contexts for our life experiences, and that's not to be ignored when you're teaching or when you're trying to learn. So everybody's different, and everybody, as a teacher, I have to make the information and resources accessible for everybody. And I think that being an IB student myself has helped me kind of bridge that gap and learn how to connect with my different students in different ways. But even though we're connecting in different ways, we're all headed toward the same goal. I think IB really helps me to come up with plans that make that work a lot more meaningful and a lot more effective.